Welcome to the Magnetic Marketing and Mindset Show. My friends, it's so good to be here with you today with one of my favorite topics, picking your word of the year. This is a wonderful time of year to do this exercise. I'm excited to do it with you. Grab a notebook and a pen. You can also download the workbook in the show notes. I have a great workbook that you can just work alongside me on this. And my friends, we are going to be talking the next few episodes about magnetic mindsets and the power of your own thinking in designing your life and creating the life you desire. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, my friends, and you can write this down. Your life happens by design or by default. Those are the two options. And so when you decide you are going to stop thinking self-limiting thoughts, you're going to stop doubting yourself. You're going to focus on where you're going, not where you've been. You're going to focus on your future, not your past. Everything changes. And as I look at this past year, as I record this, we just had a month in my social selling business that has blown my mind. And we're not stopping. And I had set a vision for myself to start a podcast and do an online course. And I've done 2 online courses. And the podcast is up and running. And so many things happened because I set the stage for myself and I refused to allow doubt to run havoc on my life. And so that's what I'm really hoping for you over these next couple of episodes, but really this word of the year sets the foundation for everything. Okay. So let's get into it. So go ahead again, grab a piece of paper, you can pause and download the workbook, and then we can get right into this. There's a couple of different phases to this. And so we'll dig into them. Okay. The very first thing is you want to do a little bit of a self-discovery. Okay. So the first thing is I'm going to give you 4 clarifying questions, and I want you to fill them out to the best of your ability and assume this is going to take you a little bit of time. And I don't want you to shortcut any piece of the process because it's all super important to telling your subconscious brain what it is that you really want. Okay, so let's start with these clarifying questions. Number 1, you're going to answer the question, what do I want more of in my life? And I want you to go as broad or as specific as you'd like to, right? I know for me, I want more travel. I want more fun. I want more sleep. I want more time. So there's a lot of things that I want more of. And so go ahead and just really imagine, do you want more money? Do you want more opportunities? Do you want more teammates? Do you want more customers? Go ahead and write it down. Just get going on that. Okay. Number 2 is, I love this question. How do I want to feel each day when I wake up? And so I want you to be really honest with yourself about how you feel each day when you wake up right now. And if that's how you want to feel, and if it is, great, then write that down. If you want to feel differently when you wake up in the morning, go ahead and write it down. And I will tell you that from a mind brain rewiring perspective, the 2 most valuable times to really be able to mold your brain are right before you go to bed and right when you wake up in the morning. And so morning habits are everything. We'll talk a lot about them over the next couple of months, but how do you want to feel? Do you want to feel rested, excited, energized, not overwhelmed? How do you want to feel when you wake up in the morning? And then you can also add how you want to feel when you go to bed at night. That would be a great little add-on in there. Number 3 is this is an important one, you guys. What do I want less of in my life? And this is something we overlook, is what we need to eliminate. And if you're listening to this podcast, if you are a friend of mine, you are somebody that knows I believe in really making the most of our days. And I don't believe that the busiest person wins, right? No one is going to sit on their deathbed and say, well, you know what? She did all of the things and ran herself right into the ground. So let's give her a trophy, right? If we want to make an impact, if we want to be high impact individuals, we have to do less things. That might be less drama. That might be less news. That might be less of some work that you're doing that you don't really want to, that you don't enjoy. Go ahead and write it down. Okay. Get really specific here. So number one is, what do I want more of in my life? Number two is, how do I want to feel? How do I want to feel when I wake up in the morning? Number three is, what do I want less of in my life? And then number four is a really big, powerful question. How do I want to show up? And this is about deep inside you. Who do you want to be? How do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to be? How do you want to show up? Get specific and write it down. Okay, so let me give you those four one more time. This is a really fun exercise. Have fun with this. Get creative, really write it down. There is science in journaling, you guys. I mean, you can type this, but I really find this is really useful to do with a pen and a pad, because this really does have a connection to your brain when you journal this kind of stuff, right? So what do I want more of in my life? How do I want to feel when I wake up in the morning? It's a good one. It's a good one. What do I want less of? And how do I want to show up? Okay, those are the big four clarifying questions. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, so step one is clarifying questions. Step two is imagining. And if you haven't listened to Joe Dispenza, Dr. Joe Dispenza, he's one of my favorites. I absolutely love the man. He talks about our brains, and this was a real epiphany for me over the past year. Our memories in our brains are literally just memories, right? They're just memories in our brain. They do not exist in any other space and time except in our brain, because the only time that ever exists is this one, right? So memories are all in the past. They no longer are actually a real thing, because the only thing that's ever real is what's in front of us in this moment in time. And so not only can we decide to let go of old memories and forgive ourselves and forgive other people and let go of it, right? Which is really interesting work. We can also create new memories. We can imagine a future that becomes a memory in our brain. And then our brain goes to work to create a reality based on that memory. Does that make sense? Or did that just blow everyone's mind? Did I blow all your minds with my brain talk? Follow my logic here. Okay. If your memories are only in your brain and you decided to imagine a future, it sits in your brain. And then all that needs to happen is your brain catches up to make that a reality. That is powerful stuff, you guys. And the only thing that gets in the way of that is you not believing that that can happen. Okay, that's my lesson on Joe Dispenza. We'll put him in the show notes as well, so you can dig into him a little bit more. So I want you to imagine with me. Okay, so here is a couple of questions. Couple of questions for you. Write these down. Okay, imagine yourself in 1 year from now. You and I are back here. We're having this conversation a year from now. Where do you want to be? That's a broad question. Okay, where do you want to be? So you can talk about geographically, where do you want to be? You can talk about in your business, in your relationships, in your health. Where do you want to be? Go ahead and dig into it. Okay, and I want you to write it as if it is in the present. So we're a year from now. I am fill in the blank. Okay. What do you want to be doing? So what do you want to be doing with your time? If you told me all of the things that you just did in the past year, what kind of things would you want to have been doing? How do you want to be spending your day? What activities will you be doing? Write it down as if it is happening or it's already happened. Okay. And who do you want to be with? This is a good question. There's a quote that says, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. And it's one of the things that I found to be most true in my life. When I surround myself with people who have a growth mindset and want to move themselves forward, everything changes. So who do you want to be with? Who you do not want to be with? Who do you want to be with? Okay, I want you to feel it fully. So this is super, super important. I'm going to read this. Our subconscious doesn't know the difference between what happened in the past and what you're telling it that will have happened, right? It doesn't know. Our subconscious listens to what we tell it to do. Our subconscious brain is following our instructions exactly to a T. This is why magnetic mindsets matter so much. What you say, what you think, how you act is telling your brain how to behave. We will never outpace what we believe we are capable of. So go ahead and imagine big. Okay, my friends, imagine big. Okay, so that's step 2. So you're going to go through that whole process. That's going to be a big process. You're going to have a lot of content. And then I want you to really sit with it and look at what kind of themes emerge. And then you're going to start to think of some words, okay? And you can come up with, my friends, as many as you want, okay? Just go ahead and dig into words. And in the workbook, I have a starter page for you with a bunch of words that will get you going, okay? It's not an endless list because there's no such thing, right? There's an infinite number of words that you can choose. That's what makes it so much fun. But you will find that a bunch of words start to group into themes. And that's where you'll start to group them and go through that process. So you're going to go through a whole big process. I really believe in the full brainstorming process. I hope you're learning this about me. Again, this is my marketing background, my friends. The great ideas come from thinking really big, letting your brain really expand. And then you kind of find the themes and you find almost what just starts to pop out at you. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to create a top 10 list. Okay. This is going to be super helpful. I'll tell you why in just a sec, but this is your top 10 list. Okay. So you don't want all your great work to go away. There's a lot of words you'd be like, oh yeah, I don't want to abandon these words just for one. And I will tell you, if you end up with 2 words, that's fine. I think I'm going to have 2 words this year they're both important to me for different reasons. And I think that they're both going to really inform where I need to grow this year. So I think I'm going to end up with 2. Okay. So from there, you pick 1 or 2. And those are your words of the year. There's so many fun things you can do with your words of the year. You can put them, there's jewelry, there's bracelets that you can put on. You can stick them in different parts around your house. And the number one way that you can use your words is in a vision board. So we're going to talk about that. It's a little hard to do a tutorial on a podcast. So I think what I'll do is I'll record a video and I'll have it on the podcast. And then I'll refer you guys to the video so you can see my tutorial and I will share my template with you. If you're watching the video of this right now, I'm just going to pop up. This is my vision board from last year. You can do a vision board on Canva and I love it. And anybody who is my age and has done vision boards the old fashioned way, it was a very, very laborious process to find images and words in magazines and clip them out and put them on a board. We're in such a better place now. But what you're really going to do is you're going to take your keyword or words for the year, and they will be your primary words on your vision board. And then all of your other words will be sprinkled in to the vision board. And you may have other things that you want to put in there, very specific things and goals that you want to do this year, but it'll all come together so much easier now that you've done this. Okay. And I will just close with this and then we'll do vision boards the next time. Next time we'll do vision boards because I really want you to finish this exercise and not jump to the vision board. This is part of the brain rewiring process. Train your brain. have the thoughts, imagine the future fully so that your brain is like, yes, let's go get this. Let's go make this happen. Okay. But the vision board, I just want to say, so last year on my vision board, authenticity was my word for the year. And I have stepped into the most authentic version of myself this year and grown in ways that I couldn't have even imagined. And I hope that's inspiring to you guys, because I am 51 years old and I've had the best year of my business career. I am growing in ways that I couldn't have even envisioned a year ago. The opportunities and possibilities are absolutely endless. And so I just want you to dream really big on this. And so I'll just tell you some of the things that were on my vision board were online courses. And I launched 2 of them this year, and a podcast. And if I had not put this together and dreamed it and had it sitting somewhere where I could see it and remember who I said I wanted to be, those things would not have happened, because I had a lot of other interesting things happening this year, and I could have easily made an excuse and taken those off the table and bumped them to next year. And I didn't. I did them. So I want you to really believe in the power of this. And next time when I come back, we will talk about creating a vision board. It's one of my favorite topics, and we'll really dig into it. So it's going to be really fun. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I am excited to see what word you come up with. Please message me and let me know. I'm really excited to see. And if you follow me on social media, I will be posting mine. I just need to go through a little bit more of this process before I land on my words. I want to go in and do a little bit more work on this, but I'm excited about it because I can't wait to see what happens this year for you and for me. And P.S., if you're listening to this and it's not January, it's like a Wednesday in the middle of March, the year starts whenever you say it does. So, January is a great time to do these exercises, but every day is a great day to create a new future for yourself. Okay, my friends, have an amazing day. I appreciate you so much, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.